Nice.
Okay, no one touch it.
Nice.
No one touch it.
So, what's good, y'all? You act like I have an intro. I
Hello.
don't. But we're here with episode 21 of Virtual Reddit. We got, I think, some messy, some funny. I'll be honest, the ones I found today are really stupid. One of them came with receipts. That will be fun.
Ooh.
That's why I clicked on it, dude. The second I saw, like, screenshots, I was like, I'm in. Oh, and I guess that means intros, huh? For the new
Yeah.
viewers, for the ones who don't know us, it's Pum, it's Squishy, and it's Shadow.
Hello.
We
The
are your
fact that
three
you're
co-hosts.
joining on this episode, the fact that you're joining on this episode means you need to go watch our past other ones, including our hot tub episode with HP and Papa.
Yeah, sometimes we get in a hot tub. It's not weird, I promise.
Sometimes us Pookies play footsies in
We're
the
just-
hot tub, and it's
And sometimes we play mermaids.
See, they can be gay in the hot tub. We're just two dudes sitting in a hot tub 5
5 feet apart because they're not gay. Hi, Pookie. We can make it gay.
You see what I have to put up with, people?
But listen, without...
You chose
I
to be
think-
here.
I'm gonna say, you signed up for this,
That's
okay? The
true.
second you were in the thumbnail,
That's
you
very
got
true.
locked in.
Oh.
I don't want to hear about it. But
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I was just simply pointing it out.
do you want... Okay. Both of the ones I have found, they're both pretty extreme.
I want the receipt first.
You want the receipt first?
I want the receipts.
Okay, so... Alright. Let me... Doinkus. Hi, hello, I'm over here now. This came from Am I the Asshole originally, and then it was sub-posted onto Best of Redditor Updates with a trigger warning of racism. And it's, Am I the Asshole? My friend went crazy, in all caps, when the guy she likes made a drawing of me. Warning, unhinged rant, plus racism, context and post. This is where the receipts come in handy, and it was really nice. So I'm 24, she's 24 as well. For some context, she is white and I'm mixed, Japanese/Brazilian. There's a guy we both know through a mutual friend. We met him end of summer, I think. She is at his place a lot and they told us they're dating, but when he was asked, he said she's just a friend. I'll be honest, he's a confident guy when we first met. He's a confident guy, but when we first met, he was always, like, awkward when we interacted. I presumed he didn't like me, so I was surprised when he got me a birthday gift last month. After that, we started hanging out more and actually became good friends. I like collecting rocks as a hobby since childhood, and he is curious about it. A few times we would meet up, and he even gave me rocks he thought I'd like. I thought it was very thoughtful and sweet. My friend, female, started asking me about him and always made shady comments. For example, she would imply that I'm not his type, that he's not interested in me, etc. They are very snarky remarks, but very low-key and subtle. One time, he said that my eyes are stunning, and she started laughing hysterically and called him a sleazy liar. At this point, I was still under the illusion that she's a friend, so I thought she was just messing around and being funny. A few days ago, he surprised me with a drawing he made of me, which was, of course, very sweet.
You have
Sorry, I had
no
something in my
right.
throat.
You have no right as wild.
You have no right.
Listen. I
You
know I
would
make
not-
dumb decisions, okay? But that doesn't mean I can't spot them whenever hearing about them.
I have a comment and a question and a concern.
We're not even done yet.
Ma'am, did I hear you right saying that this man is giving this girl rocks?
He's giving her rocks. Yes, she likes to collect rocks.
Oh
So
yeah,
he's like,
definitely
oh, that's
into
neat.
her.
Like geodes? Like geodes?
I don't know if it's like rocks she just found like at the park or if it's like rocks
could-
from a crystal shop. But rocks. He finds a pretty rock and goes,
Geotrack.
she likes pretty rock. Have pretty rock.
Yeah, no, that
What
right there
type of
solidified he's into
caveman
her.
bullshit?
I'll be honest, if Rosie came home and he's like, hey babe, I found a shiny rock, I would be very happy.
Or a
Fair.
shell.
Don't talk. I have so many shells in my
okay,
fucking
here's-
car.
Here's my thing. If Mason came home with like a book or even more, I'd be like, you're having my children, like, right now.
That's already an issue as is.
Okay, tracking. They just don't want to work for me tonight. That's
You want to
cool.
have his kids right now anyway.
Anyways. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
from a book, just get him a pew pew.
so back to the story. A few days ago, he surprised me with a
Valid.
drawing he made of me, which was of course very sweet. It looked great and was one of the nicest things I've ever received. She started acting very weird once she found out. Like she would give me weird looks and even mocked him. She talked shit about him behind his back and called him pathetic. At one point, we had this text exchange, and she basically revealed her true self. I'm shocked, but at the same time, not shocked. Am I overreacting with my responses? Don't get me wrong, I know she's terrible, but I know my replies were vicious, and I know she'll probably still be crying snot and tears as we speak. And she included the little emoji of, like, the hand
Ooh.
thing. I can't do it, but, like, the Italian hand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I like
this,
this one.
you want the
I've been
screenshots?
friends with this person. I want give me the receipts. I
Okay,
need
so
I need to
with
see
the
how,
text
quote, unquote,
transcription,
vicious she was.
it originally
Mhm.
starts with the ex-friend DMing OP. So I will be going back and forth and letting you know who is saying what. So
Mhm.
ex-friend, hey sis, with a heart emoji. I say this with good intentions because I didn't want to see you get hurt, but guy friend isn't into you like that, so it's best you just forget about him and move on. Like, I really care about you, so I don't want to see you get into shit
Jealous
like you
fucking
deserve so
bitch.
much. OP responded with, lol, what the F? I'm not into him. What the fuck are you waffling on about? I'm laughing. Ex-friend said, I can see you're trying to be close with him, and it's embarrassing because I feel bad for you, not gonna lie. You're not his type, and that's okay, girl. OP responded, in all caps, LMFAO,
Whoa!
who's trying to get close? Are you drunk? Is this about the drawing he made me? LOL. Ex-friend said, the drawing means nothing, ... He does things because he feels bad for you. You just don't see it. OP said, we're good friends, and he's obviously a sweet guy. What exactly did I do wrong, though? I'm trying to understand. Why are you so pressed? Ex-friend responded, listen, you guys aren't that close, and he's obviously not interested in you. You know how many times I've been to his place? We've been fucking since, like, October. Y'all never even hugged. He's awkward around you because he doesn't find you attractive. Also, no offense, he's only into tall white girls. Have you seen his exes? They're literally 10-10 model types, so I'm more his type, not some ghetto Barbie hood rat. Men like him want to take home a classy
Whoa.
lady, not a porn star. OP responded with, LOL, ghetto Barbie hood rat sounds hot actually. I'm confused because why are you calling me a porn star? Isn't that a
She's not
good thing,
wrong.
LMAO? It's funny how you showed your true racist self just because you feel threatened. Ex-friend said, I'm not racist at all. I'm just trying to tell you the truth and protecting you hard. Everything he does is calculated because he only uses you because you're so easy. He feels bad for you because he probably thinks you're autistic, LOL. You collect rocks while I play with his balls. Who is winning, B? We are not the same. He's basically sweet to you because you do autistic things like that. It's not genuine. OP said, why would you make fun of someone for having a hobby, LMFAO? What are your hobbies? What do you do when you're not sleeping with him to get... what do you do when you're not sleeping with him to get commitment? You've been flinging your wary mau at him since October in hopes of getting scraps of commitment. She sent a tired boss meme and then put an arrow pointing up saying, you're mau. And then you have the audacity to be mad at me for something I didn't even do. WTF. I don't even like him like that. As I said, why are you bringing this petty shit to me and not him? You're sick. Ex-friend said, we've had passionate hugging over 40 plus times. He actually likes me, but I can't say the same for you, to be honest. What have you guys done together? LOL, nothing. And the fact that he made that ugly drawing means nothing. Like I said, he feels bad for you because you're giving autism. Every time he texts you, there's a high chance he's ball deep in me. Mind your business.
Has fucked him multiple times.
OP responded in all caps, what? You're actually not normal. Get help, I beg you. Ex-friend said he wants white babies, not some... I'm quoting when I say this. Not some Jap Latina mutts. OP said, LOL, remember the other day when you were crying about having lines on your forehead? You have them because you're racist white trash, so your evil spirit shines through, LOL. It's time for a new round of Botox band fillers, sis. Your age is starting to show. Your age at the ripe age of 24. LMAO, get fucked, you racist psycho. Oh wait, you already have by him, and it's still not enough for a relationship. Oh my. Ex-friend said, wow, I can't believe you actually said that. This friendship is dead. You're a cruel, sick, and demented bitch. Never talk to me or text me again. You were given up for adoption because your bio parents could... Oh my god, my controller. You were given up for adoption because your bio parents could see you would grow up to be an evil, home-wrecking... a bunch of mean words for women that I think would actually overstep a line. Back the fuck off my man and mind your ghetto business. Smelly, ugly,
Your man.
W word. And OP said, go to sleep, you illiterate Nazi.
Yo.
That was the text conversation.
Bro, that is beyond, like, that is wholeheartedly. She knows that dudes catching feels for her and trying anything she can to get her to fuck off and move. The wildest part is she even said in the beginning, the very first one of the very first things, I'm not into him like that. We're just friends. I don't want anything like that with him. We're just hanging out.
His damn hardest.
Take the fucking
It's giving
hit, you dumb psycho
severe
bitch.
insecurities.
Oh, yeah.
It's
like
no.
I was
it's-
insecure. That's God. I would hate, brother. He needs to get out of there right now. If anybody's being used, she's being used for sex because she's easy enough to give it to him anytime he probably asks for it because she doesn't get any kind of validation or commitment any other fucking way from anybody.
I also want to do a quick hello to all the first-time chatters. Alexia, hi Pookie, I see you. Everybody's here for the tea right now.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh yeah, always.
Teacher,
Mm-hmm.
can I just say? Okay, I really wanted during that entire like text conversation, I really wanted to be like, really? He's fucking you? Because I think he's too busy fucking me to even think you're like relevant. But that's just me.
If it makes you feel any better,
That's our little petty sides coming out.
we have an update.
There's an update.
There's an update. And do you guys want to know how new this story is?
Yes.
The update comes January 4th, 2025. The original
Bitch, that
post was
was
made
21 days ago.
January 3rd. So the update comes a day later.
The original post. Oh.
And
Give it.
with the update,
Gimme.
she didn't show him the text, but told him we had a fight. She told him so many lies about me, chat. She told him I have STIs, I don't, that I've had 2 abortions in the past, I've never had one in my life, and that my mau smells bad. And she in quotation marks put, my mau smells heavenly, thanks. She says she knows it smells bad
You
because when we
fucking
fell asleep on the
slay
same bed
queen.
once, she claimed she couldn't sleep the whole night due to the smell. LOL. Oh, and she claims that I have a baby daddy who's in jail for murder. Lamau. She reached out to me to ask what the fuck is going on, and I showed him the text. By the way, she claimed that she is very nice and considerate and that I had the total meltdown. She said that she was mostly joking anyway and that I overreacted. She's completely manipulated the situation to make herself look like a saint. She also cried a lot and told everyone in the group chat that I broke her heart and made her cry. She posted a crying selfie in the group chat. So of course everyone's initial reaction was, what the fuck did you do to her? When I showed him the text, he called me and asked me if I'm okay and apologized. I had to go because I was heading off for some training, and he said he wanted to talk about it when we have time. If you want lessons in tarnishing someone's image, y'all should take inspiration from her. I've never had to go to such great lengths for someone to make me look so bad. And let's see. There's multiple comments from the same day for some context on who this friend is and how their dynamic has been. So a story time was that she and I went to a themed party some months ago. This is before he entered the picture, by the way. She was Shell from The Road to El Dorado, and or the OP was Shell from El Dorado, and the friend was Natalie Portman's character from Black Swan. Throughout the whole night, she kept joking that my costume was so slutty and doing too much. You know when someone's being passive-aggressive but trying to laugh it off? She was basically doing that. Once again, if you know her personality, I didn't think she genuinely meant it, though looking back, she was clearly pressed. And I think it's funny how a costume is considered classy or slutty based on a woman's body type. If she wore the same outfit, she'd consider it classy and elegant.
Kind of familiar.
God forbid a woman has T and A. Suddenly, everything is bad and slutty. Anyway, we had a fight later that night because she wanted to go home with a guy, but she wasn't comfortable doing that unless I went out with his friend. She was guilt-tripping me and accusing me of slut-shaming, so I ditched her at the party because she kept coercing me to go into some weird foursome double date that I didn't sign up for. She got so pissed that I ditched her simply because I wasn't comfortable, and we had a fight that night, but eventually we made up and I actually got over the whole situation. She spun the entire story around to our mutual guy friends that I ditched her and that I have a history of being a terrible friend. Another update from the same day, all within the comments. Guys, she lied about the 40. I was gonna comment on this post, but it got locked. I spoke to my guy friend and he said that they definitely didn't hook up as many times as 40. He says he stopped sleeping with her because she got baby crazy and kept joking about baby trapping him. And he told me that she freaked out over an incident that happened between them, which happened the same week as the drawing, so she was already on edge. He absolutely refuses to tell me what went down, so I don't know. Oh, and he asked me if I'm turned off by guys who sleep with lots of girls. I honestly had to tell him yes. He spent 20 minutes explaining that he's a reformed man-ho looking to settle down. And I told him that he shouldn't care what I think and to go live life how he likes. I asked him if he has a crush on me, and he said, yes, was it obvious? And she responded with laughing emojis.
Get bent, bitch. Like, honestly.
Well, because,
Even the dude that you...
The friend is a piece of shit. But I also don't like the male friend, because you were over here sleeping with the friend, right? But you were trying the entire time to get at OP, and then essentially created this war.
Yeah.
Like, get your shit figured out. If you want to sleep around, go do that.
He's a fuckboy for sure, but... shit died. But...
It's a lot, man. Squishy, your thoughts and opinions? Okay.
I think the knife
in
my mouth and hand are enough.
I'm gonna block you for the wet noises.
I think the knife in my mouth and my hand was enough to state my opinion.
Listen, at least the guy friend and the chick, like the ex-friend, they're perfect for each other. Y'all are both weird. If you're pursuing somebody or you have a crush on somebody, but you're gonna sleep with the friend and be the instigator of this drama.
That's so disrespectful.
But at the same time, the ex-friend is, you're nuts! You're crazy! If you're jealous of your friend, just say that. No hate!
Exactly.
Just be like, damn, I'm like a little jealous that you look good. Because, honey, jealousy does not look good on you when you fucking are malicious like this and racist. And a piece of shit.
Exactly. Or just be like, I'm jealous that like you realize that I like this guy, right? And it's like, yeah, well, I'm jealous that he keeps giving you all of the attention. And it's like, you have that conversation and you come to people need to talk more, honestly. Nobody talks anymore. They always just assume.
So I think what's worse about this entire situation, there's 3 more updates.
What?
Damn.
There's 3 more updates.
I thought we were done.
He would be wrong. I hit the chair. I hate the chair. There we go. I cannot stand sit boxes sometimes. Anyway, so with the update, it comes 3 days after, so January 7th of this year. My racist ex-friend apologized to me and suggested we should do a threesome to make peace. Honestly, don't know how I ever befriended this girl.
What?
She also knocked on my door in the middle of the night to say sorry. I'm so scared of what this crazy bitch might do. Help. On January 10th, there is another update. So another 3 days. I've already posted about this situation in the Am I the Asshole subreddit where I received plenty of support. However, since then, her behavior took a weird turn and I feel like legally, my hands are tied. I'm hesitant to give away my location at the moment, but I guess I just like to get some general advice since I've never dealt with something like this before. So far, she's shown up uninvited to my place and at an event I attended. She's constantly reaching out to me through a new number after I block her. So far, she's texted and called me from 3 separate numbers. She's contacted a family member of mine inquiring about my whereabouts and claiming that she's concerned for my mental health and safety. But the worst thing she has done so far was book the same flight as my solo trip at the end of the month. In a nutshell, I planned a solo trip that I had told her about before we fell out. Quite recently, she sent me a picture of her flight details where she booked the exact same trip and flight, and I think this unhinged behavior demonstrates what I'm dealing with right now. So ex-friend is now slowly stalker.
Restraining order. Go to your
Restraining
local
order.
police station or courthouse or however you do it. Google how to do it because I don't know
See,
the exact
I
steps.
told
but
my manager the same
restraining
thing.
order.
I told my manager the same thing yesterday because we've been having this crazy fucking old lady coming to the shelter every fucking day for 2 weeks. And she's screaming and all. It's that crazy lady that I told you that adopted the little Chihuahua puppy.
Yeah.
She's been yelling and screaming, getting mad at everyone, all that kind of shit for 2 fucking weeks. I walked to her office yesterday and I was like, dude, restraining order. She literally, shit you not, the look she gave me, she was just like, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no. Get a restraining order, and then if she shows up anywhere within you, messages you, contacts you, anything, you can go straight to the police and be like, hey, go arrest her because she's breaking this actively right now, and I don't feel safe.
So would you guys like the final update?
Yes.
I have the camera at this angle, just so if there's any arm reactions that you guys have, it gets caught, because I think it's funny.
What is it?
So the last update comes 3 days after. So everything happens within like a 3-day time frame. So now it's January 13th. This post started January 3rd. So this happened within 10 days.
Jesus.
Which is wild. My unhinged ex-friend booked the same flight as me to join me on my solo trip. I've already posted about this girl a few times, and it all started when she got upset that a guy, her friends with benefits, showed interest in me. She sent a bunch of racist, hurtful texts, making fun of me and my hobbies and everything. We fell out, of course, but then a few days later, she drunkenly tried to climb into my place through the window to apologize. I booked her an Uber from her phone that night, and the next day, she turned up at an event I went to. She's literally following my every move, and when I went to the local authorities, they basically said they can't do much right now. I'm going on a solo trip soon, and she seriously booked the same flight and dates as me. She even booked a hotel that's close to mine. She knew about this trip before we fell out, which is how she knows all these details. So I'm going to have this deranged lunatic following me across the globe for God knows what reason. And we do have more text messages. And it's from the ex-best friend. And she sent OP. Oh, my mouse scrolled. Please don't take this the wrong way, bestie. I already told you that I'm sorry for everything that went down. I was very emotional during that time, and it was wrong of me to spread negative energy and vibes like that. I'm so sorry that your feelings were hurt and I said things you should never say to a friend. I'm sorry for calling you a ghetto porn star Barbie and autistic. I think I'm going to I think going to threesome together can be the start of our healing journey together. I really want to make this work. I couldn't get a seat next to you because I'm behind, but I am behind you at least. She's talking about the plane now. It's going to be so much fun if you just relax and focus on the positives. That's the one thing, that's one of the things that are wrong about you. You always focus on the negatives. This could be a fresh start for our friendship. I'm not willing to throw away 3 years of knowing you. Please, bestie, you know you mean so much to me. It's going to be so much fun. Just don't fuck nobody without telling me, bestie. Girl code. I booked a hotel close to yours. Heart emoji. Love you, sis. This was going to be a surprise, but I wanted to let you know so that we can hang out day one. I don't want to waste any time. This is going to be the best healing journey ever. Love you so much, sis.
I'm going to crash out.
I want to know how we got within the same strand of texts. The love you, girly, but you always think really negative. What? That's you.
Okay, I'm on the like off chance that either one of them sees this. Partly, you know, who knows? Maybe crazy bitch is a Reddit fan and stumbles upon this one day.
If you're fucking watching this, get some fucking therapy.
No. It's beyond that. It is. You are a crazy fucking. Shut the fuck up! I'm talking. You will get your chance in a moment. I have the talking stick.
Mom and Dad are fighting.
You are a massively like psycho bitch that just you know you're projecting, hun, and nobody likes that. You're a little pick-me ass fucking psycho that's throwing a tantrum because you're not getting your way, and you need to stop. Like, oh my, you can have it now. Go ahead.
Thank you. Go to fuck therapy. Go to the fucking psych ward. Go to the loony bin. Have some electroshock therapy.
You need a padded room.
That's where her vacation should be.
Get some fucking help.
Yeah, a vacation away from everybody else so nobody has to deal with her psycho ass.
Well, and I think the reason she is reaching so hard to maintain this friendship is because there is nobody else in her circle. Yeah, she has nobody else to bully. She has nobody else to make feel small, to make herself feel like a hot shit model or whatever she said in the original post. So having a bestie that you can love so much just to drag through the mud and then also white knight the situation and be like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened to you. Here, don't worry, come to me. I'll be your savior. But you have a lot of things to work on. You don't have anyone else like that in your life.
She's trying to make her dependent.
Exactly.
She's trying to make her dependent.
I will say the final say on all of this is OP did change. She's not stopping her vacation, but she did change details to be away from the friend. And hopefully with them both being in an area they don't know jack shit about, it should be harder to run into each other.
Go to a fucking psych ward. God damn.
That's wild.
Pookie, if for whatever reason one day you hate me, please don't be crazy. I have enough trauma. I'm good.
Pookie, if you had to go to the psych ward, I would go with you. We'd get grippy socks together.
Well, yeah, we get grippy socks together, but also we're not the kind of friends to be like, oh my god, you look so slutty. He could not be with that because I'm gonna sit there and be like, you bad bitch. Let's go. Let's go.
Exactly. My point. Fuck it.
I might bully Shadow though. I think I'm okay with that.
everybody bullies me, but that's because I don't want to be like, oh, I'm okay with it. I mean, I am okay with it, but it's banter. It's not really bullying. And we do it to
bully
each
you
other.
because we love you. We bully you because we
Exactly.
love you.
I think the only
Exactly. And
time
you
any
call
of
me on
us
my
have ever
shit whenever
been
you
quote
need me
unquote
to.
mean to each other, it isn't inherently mean. It's genuinely when one of us is fucking up and we're like, hey, you're actually being stupid. Like, you need to step back.
Exactly. Like all jokes and all jokes and everything else aside, like you need to check your shit, but like come on now.
And I think that's healthy
And
that everybody needs. Like, not bullying.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my god, like you guys are just sleeping around a lot. You're so negative. Like, no, but if you're
Yeah, no.
doing some dumb shit, I think that's a healthy thing within friendships to be like, because I do love you as a friend, I'm gonna say what you're doing is dumb. But I'm not gonna
Shit,
sit here and degrade you.
Take like me recently, like I had to have both you two, Papa, and a few others all be like, brother, look, just look. And it's like, sometimes we need that. Sometimes we don't convince ourselves,
Healthy
or can't convince ourselves.
communication. I don't
Shit.
have a desk to hit.
Exactly. We love it.
It's an illusion. But with that, can you illusion me, Houdini me? Give me your second story. I don't have a good lead up to that.
Alright, so I have two. So I have a r/revenge story.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Or I have a best of Redditor update. The r/revenge is guy can't take rejection well and starts insulting me. This is how I got him back at him. The Redditor's update is my husband's open marriage suggestion backfired on him.
Should we leave this one to the chat, 1 or 2?
Yeah. 1 is the revenge story, 2 is the open marriage story.
Look at that, you guys actually have to interact. See, and this is what happens if you tune into the stream. If we don't have a guest, you get to pick. Wow, that's a perk, right? A free perk.
Exactly.
Alexia said 1.
Alexia said, I love you, Alexia.
She was quick.
She said 1. 1.
Crackalacken says they don't know, so probably going with 1.
Alright. So that's the r/revenge story.
I think we should get some good revenge after having a shitty friend story.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So, guy can't take rejection well and starts insulting me. This is how I got back at him. I've been friends with this boy. Let's call him Alex. From the first year of university. We were really good friends during the first year. In the second year, he got really disturbed after a girl he liked and was seeing chose to be with someone else. The guy she chose wasn't as good looking as Alex, but he couldn't fathom why she chose someone else over him since he thought he was very attractive. Good for you for having self-confidence. Jesus Christ. I consoled him.
Ego a little bit though.
And after some time, he started flirting with me a lot. Even though we wouldn't see or talk to each other for long periods, whenever he got the chance to talk to me, he'd flirt. I always ignored it and kept my distance since I was dating my now boyfriend. Today, he came up and sat next to me in class and asked me out. I told him I was already dating someone because I was getting really uncomfortable with all the flirting. That's when all hell broke loose. He asked me to show him my boyfriend's picture, and when I did, he started making fun of his looks and asked me where my boyfriend was from. When I told him, he mocked his country and said I was desperate to date him. First of all, my boyfriend is a good-looking guy, and even if he weren't, I'd still love him. I told Alex I wasn't desperate since I had been asked out by a lot of guys at university, and I made my decision just not based on looks. Then Alex said he could humble me. Mind you, this guy has been desperately flirting with me and trying to take me out, and now he says he could humble me? Ridiculous. He started bad-mouthing my guy friend and laughing or my boyfriend, and laughing awkwardly because he just couldn't process the fact that I was dating someone else. I was too shocked to say anything else. Later, when I shared it with my friend, I found out Alex had been going around telling people how depressed I was most of the time. Context: I had been feeling down because my dad passed away last year, and he had the audacity to spread such things about me to others. This guy has 10 plus backlogs he hasn't cleared. He does have a lot of money, but honestly, I don't care. He had even complimented me on how nice my hair looked, but after finding out I had a boyfriend, he straight up said, "They aren't that nice, you know." When I got home, I blocked him everywhere and sent him this text before doing so. "Listen, I don't think I liked the way you spoke to me today. I don't think it's your right to comment about my preference and make jokes about how my boyfriend looks. I think he looks good. Besides, I'm not that kind of person who prioritizes looks over other qualities. However, he is. In my eyes, I don't find anyone as good looking and as charming as him. You can go on and laugh about which country he belongs to. When you come from privilege, everything is funny. And no, Alex, you don't need to humble me. I know where I come from and how I look, and it doesn't bother me because people who I care for find me pretty, and that is more than enough. Plus, I just got to know you. Had been going around telling people I am always depressed and shit, despite me having told you I lost my father. You wouldn't know how that feels, and honestly, despite how you have behaved, I wouldn't have ever want you to feel that kind of pain. I was kind of in shock and couldn't process all you said to me. But now, fuck, I lost my spot. That I have thought it through. I don't think I want to associate with you in any way anymore. I think it's high time you introspect why that girl chose the other guy over you. Maybe it wasn't the looks after all. You need to think about where you are going with your life if you are so full of spite all the time to disregard someone's feelings like this. However they are, my friend stood by me when I was suffering. The guy whose photo you looked at and laughed helped me navigate through pain. You were the only one to judge and pass comments about me and them. Trust me, I have never been desperate. I made a very calculated decision when I see people like you. I realize that money will never buy class, and I don't need such negative energy around me anymore. So I think it would be best if I kept my distance from you. Peace. I feel proud of myself since this is the first time I cut a toxic person out of my life."
So should we send the guy to the girl who thinks she's a 10-10 model?
For real.
He's a spoiled little rich brat. He's gonna throw a tantrum whenever she says no on the simplest of things.
Well, and I think what doesn't make sense too is like the money or the status or whatever the fuck you have aside, learn to take rejection. I don't think a lot of people understand nowadays how to take rejection. It's not a bad thing. It's not like, you're scum of the earth. It's just learn how to take that and go on with your life. It is not the end of the world.
Most of the people past our generation, so like Gen Alpha and all that kind of shit, they get fed with golden spoon. They're spoiled.
Yeah, they're spoiled.
And they're gonna keep being spoiled. The next generation is going to keep being spoiled. It doesn't matter how
I want to do better for my kids than
exactly.
I had, and so as parents, that paired with the like the I forgot what they're calling it now, but basically like the soft discipline and everything. Now, don't get me wrong,
soft parenting,
gentle parenting.
I'm not saying like hit your kids and smack them around and stuff like that, or like beat the shit out of them or anything else like that. But if all you're doing for
my kid
parenting is now, little Tommy, you can't be doing that anymore. Like that's not going to teach him anything.
I value your emotions.
I hate that shit so much.
Like, I'm sorry, and you can call me an asshole. Like, plenty of people are going to. They're going to call me a fucking emotional abuser and all that other stuff. If I got to yell at my kid, and for lack of better context, put the fear of God in them for a few minutes so that they get the idea that they're messing up and
Exactly.
everything, I'm going to.
Well, and I
Because
think the
that's
big
how I
thing
learned.
now is it's not about like spanking the kids or hitting the kids. The way that I've seen
You
gentle
just gotta be
parenting, and this
stern.
comes like strictly off of my TikTok feed and the gentle parenting videos I have seen, it's always very like, have your tantrum, lash out, hurt yourself and others, and I'm gonna sit here and calmly say, that's bad. Calm down. Do you want to talk yet? And it's like they're not learning anything from that. There still needs to be discipline.
Exactly.
There's like, you don't have to hit your kid. I'm not saying like smack them
You
and they'll
just have to
stop
be
crying.
stern.
But if you talk to them and be like, you fucked up, so you're gonna, you're grounded, or you're gonna lose phone privileges, or you need to sit in timeout. I think that is still needed, because the sitting here and being like, it's okay, you have a lot of emotions and there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with having emotions, but there is something wrong with how you're handling those emotions and how you're reacting outwards to the world. Because now we're getting
Exactly.
adults or young adults coming into the world doing shit like this, where they're like, oh, she said no to me, so I'm going to make her life hell. And it's like, no, she said no to you. You can feel hurt. That's okay. You can feel extreme emotions. That's okay. But what we're not going to do is lash out at other people. You're going to go home. You're going to do some self-care. Maybe go scream in a pillow. But you're going to handle your shit without damaging others.
Exactly.
Exactly. And I mean, shit, there's a big difference between like, no, you can't do that, and no, I said you can't do that. Like,
It's
sometimes that's all you
tone.
need. Sometimes that's all you need for them
Kids
to get the idea that, like,
Yeah.
and then afterwards, you just simply, now, next time this, like, you discipline, and then you talk to, and you give them the guidance that they might need for the next time they're in that situation to handle it better if they don't know how to handle it in that moment and everything. But nobody knows how to fucking do that anymore. Go ahead, sorry.
Kids register tone in a way different way than adults do now. Because sometimes with us as adults, and I fault myself a lot for this too, is that like, say if you and I are texting, right? And I like, you say something funny and I just sent you like maybe like a one-word text and it just seems really fucking dry. And you ask if I'm okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the tone that I am putting forth through a text or through like a phone call that fucks us up, because sometimes our tones don't get carried the way that we want to with each other in a similar age group. But when it comes to someone as a young adolescent or as a child, your tone is gathered the way that you present it as. So it's like what he said. There's a difference between of the soft and gentle of, no, honey, you can't do that. This isn't right, versus, no, you're fucking up. Stop before you hurt someone or you hurt yourself.
Exactly.
Your tone register depends on how you want to carry a message to a young adolescent or a child. But when you carry it with other adults like yourself, that's when miscommunication and misdemeanor happens, and that's when everything just goes through the shitter and everyone's lashing out at each other.
Well, and it's also I lost my train of thought for a second. Let me cook. It made sense 2 seconds ago.
You're good.
I've fucking squirrel brain.
So while you remember, I will say this too though. Like, if I've told my kid no or like the same thing, like for example, the curious kids who are always trying to touch like the fucking hot stove top and everything, or the hot burner and everything, right? If I've told him no 4 times and he's still trying to reach up there and do it, I'm gonna just let him touch it finally and be like, listen, I tried to tell you
now.
and you didn't want to listen to me, and now look, now you're hurt. Now let me care for you. Don't do it again.
Everyone bases like generations with how they were disciplined as kids and how they discipline their kids. Like, look at Gen X. Gen X was raised of, okay, you scraped your knee, tough toenails, fucking live. Fight a fucking piece of wood. Like, who
Yup,
fucking cares?
yup.
Okay? They raise their
Rub some
kids
dirt on it.
with that same mindset. And that created, what, millennials? Was millennials after Gen X?
I don't know.
I don't
Don't
remember.
ask me that.
I don't
I'm
even
so
remember
bored.
what
I think
I
it's
am.
Gen X, millennials, Gen Z. Okay, yeah. So generate the millennials, right? Millennials came out softer for some fucking odd reason. Who knows? I don't know what cognitive
We're
cog.
millennials, Squish. We're
I-
millennials.
I'm Gen Z. I don't know what you're
think
talking about.
what happened was people that are
Soft.
our age that are having
kidding.
kids came from the previous generation. And if my parents are watching this, if any parent is watching this, please don't take this as like a negative thing. I'm not trying to be an asshole is what I'm trying to say. But people our age are now having children. And I think what is happening is we typically come from households where things like spanking, things like you've probably been smacked or reality checked or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
instead of doing that, we decided to do an extreme of the exact opposite, which is where gentle parenting exists. And so now, instead of having
Yup.
these
If my
extreme
kids didn't-
punishments,
if-
we have extreme enablisms. And the thought that I couldn't remember that I finally remembered, that is not how
And
the real world
entitlement.
works. Well, because take the real world.
Yeah,
So
there's so much entitlement.
with the guy in the
Mhm.
story, when mommy and daddy's money runs out and you have nothing to stand on, take a job.
Mm-hmm.
Jobs do not do this. Jobs do not gentle parent. You have discipline. And now there are procedures, unless you are
Yeah.
at an at-will state where they can just be like, actually, get your shit and go. Like, I'm not obligated to do steps. But other states have steps. And it's typically you get a verbal, a write-up, and then a final before you're fired. And those are the disciplinary things of, hey, you fucked up. I'm telling you now. This is the reaction you're going to get. This is something is being taken away. Ergo, your job is now at risk if you do not do better. Because no boss, no manager, no HR is going to be like, it's okay. You were having a bad day. I get it. You know, it's all right. And this is coming from like, I work
It's
customer
very
service.
rare
I
if it
deal
does
with
happen.
shitty people pretty regularly. I deal with weird people pretty regularly. It's a plethora of people doing customer service. If I lash out at a customer, nobody is going to come to me and be like, it's all right, you know, you just had one of those days. It's okay to feel that. I'm going to get written up because that's not the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could very. I think I might have heard of like one or two cases, but even then, it's like it was a very specific situation that led to HR or anybody else being like, "We understand. Take the rest of the day," and shit like that. But no, like you said, nobody does that. Nobody. It's gonna sound harsh to say, but nobody cares about your feelings in the real world except
No.
for you.
But that's because when you're on
Like-
clock,
like-
you need to leave that shit at the door. And if you can't leave it at the door,
Exactly.
try to take the day off. Like, I'm grateful that I do have good HR and good management because when I had the unfortunate event of losing an animal, that morning I had to
Mhm.
work. I could not get a grip. I pulled up to the front door, crying my eyes out, could not calm down, could not comprehend, could not cope. And thankfully, I have a good enough manager who was like, you can go home and take the day to yourself. And of course, I do take that as she was being very kind and caring because we're coworkers and, you know, there's that. But on the professional standpoint, she knew damn well if you walk into a business of any kind and the person that you first see is crying their eyes out, I'm out. I'm not shopping. I'm not buying. I'm not talking. Like,
Yeah.
I cannot be at the
Yeah.
face of customer service if I'm just crying my eyes out.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
It's
no, there's too much.
like,
there's
this
too much
whole
entitlement. Mhm.
parenting shit. So dumb.
It's where all the entitlement has come from. And honest to God, in my
Like, if-
opinion, the reason we have so many entitled kids and entitled people that are always like, fucking, I deserve this, I deserve that, I deserve these things, I deserve to be with this person. It's because mommy and daddy gave you everything you wanted, never told you no, and now you're in the real world. And when somebody does, you're throwing a toddler tantrum because you don't know how to take it. And I fucking hate it,
Like-
honestly. I'm sorry.
Silver said our
I'm gonna be
podcast is
honest.
lame.
Fuck you,
You're
Silver.
lame, Silver.
Anyways, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, 100%, like, I'll raise my kids good. Like, if I have a son, he's gonna be a gentleman. He's not gonna do stupid shit. And that goes with
you can still
also
be a gentleman
Mason
and do
saying
stupid
too.
shit.
Well, that's true, but like, I no, because like, if my kids fuck up and they do something stupid as children, I'm going to discipline them. That is something that I live by because that's how I was raised.
Dude, I was scared to fuck up with my mom. I was scared to get in trouble because I knew I would
So was
lose
I.
everything and basically be on house arrest. Shit.
I think it also depends though on what you do, because I have seen
Yeah.
from both ends of gentle parenting to extreme like strict parents. Take spilt milk. Everyone always
Mhm.
says the saying of like,
Mhm.
there's no point in crying over spilt milk. That's when I think gentle parenting is needed. When a kid spills something, if it
Mhm.
was an accident, if it was a genuine accident, that's when
Yeah.
you're like, it's okay, like everything's fine.
Yeah.
But if they went out of their
Yeah,
way, like that you
exactly.
dropped them off at school and they punched someone just because they didn't like the way they dressed that day, that's when discipline is taken, because you don't have to like how someone looks,
Mhm.
but you don't react with violence. And so for that, you're going
Exactly.
to lose a phone. You're not going to go outside with your friends. Like, you're going to stay here and understand that that is not okay, because that wasn't an accident, that was intentional.
Mhm.
And I think that's where
See,
people are getting
I
it
got-
mixed now, is because they're
Mhm.
taking things that kids are doing intentionally, bullying, violence, stuff like in this story where he's just lashing out, and they're going, it's okay, you had a lot of emotions. You can have those emotions, but you don't react that way. You walk away.
Discipline and then care. That's the way I always looked at it. If you have a kid and they do something and it's like it's an intentional thing, that you find out your kid's bullying some other kid at school for some reason or something,
Oh, I'll fuck
you
my
set
kid
them
up.
down. Same, but you set them down, you discipline them, and then after you've had that talk or done whatever to discipline them and stuff like that, then you go into the consoling and you go, why are you doing this? Like, what's causing you to act this way? Let's figure this shit out. That way you can start being better and healing whatever needs to be healed that's causing you to bully, and also stop you from being a little prick at school, and you can have your stuff back.
That is fair. I will also say, I cannot read your chat box. Bend your head down.
It's okay, she'll be right back.
Okay. Squishy will be back, chat.
Shark
I
Luke
saw
might
it.
have made a
Okay,
round
yeah,
two.
Pookie, go do your thing. But I will say, as a sidetrack, while we're still on the topic for the most part, but
Yeah.
how this pertains, because I think we got sidetracked in the sense of just like kids in the generation. We're still on the topic of this guy reacted like a huge fucking dickwad because he can't take rejection, and that's what kids are becoming. And it's take rejection, learn how to take it, because it's going to happen so many times in your life, not just in relationships. It's going to happen with friendships. It's going to happen with jobs. It's going to happen with literally anything you do has the risk of rejection. And you have to learn to take that.
You're not necessarily going to get the first house you apply for, or the first apartment that you go after, or anything like that. The first car or anything. Like,
and I
you
think
can't go
that's
sit
the
here and
big
start
thing. And
screaming
he's going to
about
sit
daddy's
here
money at the
and be
dealership.
exactly. And if your reaction to anyone being like, yo, I'm not interested in you, or I have a boyfriend, or whatever the reason of the rejection may be, you take that with stride and you go, okay, my feelings are hurt because I liked you. I'm going to go deal with my feelings, because nobody's obligated to like you regardless of what you have, how much money you have, where you work, none of that. No status, no image. I don't give a fuck if you're the hottest man in the world with $3 billion and billions of dollars or whatever. That's not how the world works. Like, so like take me and Rosie. Say, I don't know, name one of
Rosie is
like the
hot,
hottest
though.
male celebrity he is. But like name one of the hottest male celebrities with a
the one
ass
I think,
load of money, right? One of them can come up and be like, but
Tom
I like
Cruise.
you. Okay, yeah. So say like that guy comes up and he's like, hey, I like you. You know, you should be with me. You know, because that guy's a loser. I'm going to laugh in your face. Because that's
Exactly.
not how the world works.
Exactly. I completely fucking agree. Like, it's just I mean, shit. I've more Shadow Lore, I guess. I've been rejected more times than not, honest to God. And it's like, honestly, if I shoot my shot and they say no, or they get with someone else or anything like that, I'm just like, all right, cool. That didn't work out. If they still want to be friends and stuff, bet I'll try to be friends with them. I'm gonna go over here and kind of just do my own thing and see where shit takes me. Like, I don't go up to somebody and it's just like, oh, you don't like me? Well, you're obviously like not worth my time. Like, you couldn't be with me. Like, the ego of somebody with that too. Like, fucking
Right?
humble her,
And I
bro.
think what
Humble
people
yourself,
don't understand
dude.
too is there's a huge gap between confidence and ego. And people don't understand the difference anymore. Because it's like, say
Yep.
someone asked me out and I rejected them, or vice versa, right? The ego would be, oh, but I was so much like better than you anyway, so you don't deserve me. The confidence is, that's okay. I still know my worth, and I still know that like I'm pretty or that I'm a good person.
Exactly.
So we'll try with someone different when I find that attraction. Not just, ugh, but like you're below my shoe, and like you should be lucky that I gave you a shot in the first place. I also would like to note that Silver has
Right.
said that he got 4 Happy Meals with the Pokemon cards.
Did you get any shinies?
Silver Pokemon Scalper, those are real bad right now. It's all over my Twitter and YouTube. It's just people are scalping
Oh, I
Pokemon
believe
cards
it.
like crazy.
Bro, if I can go to McDonald's and pay like $3.99 for a Happy Meal with a full like 10-card pack in it, them bitches are like $7 alone nowadays. That's a steal. I can buy
I'm
2
literally
Happy
about
Meals
to
and
order
get
McDonald's
double
if
for
it means I
price
get
of one.
Pokemon cards.
Like, well, okay, do you just Q&A time? Are you only getting like 1 card with the Happy Meal, or are you getting like a full pack and everything?
I want to say it should be at least like a tiny booster pack. That's how they used to do them anyway. I don't know if it's changed now.
I know. Bro, if they bring back the gold cards, I used to have one of those and it got stolen from me. I had a gold-plated Pikachu and it got stolen from me.
He got a Rayquaza card.
Pokeball and all. No shot.
And he said that we're
Nice,
helping him
bro.
with this topic. So while we wait for Squishy to get back, chat, here's where tuning into the live stream helps. To our YouTube viewers, you're gonna have a really weird cut here in a few seconds, and you're not gonna know why. If you tune in on Twitch, you'll understand why. Doink that button, which means hello, YouTube. Here's the random cut I was talking about. My Pookie is back, which means we're going to get off the topic of entitled children and entitled people. Learn to take rejection. Please, dear God, for the better of your health, learn to take rejection.
Please.
But I think as a little mood lightener, I have a story for you guys, and it comes from Today I Fucked Up. And this shit had me cackling. It was just the funniest thing to me. So I think it's very much so needed. So it's Today I Fucked Up by trying to impress a girl and almost dying at her family dinner. So recently, I started dating this girl and who is in every way completely out of my league. She's stunning, she's funny, she's smart, and most importantly, vegan. I'm talking hardcore vegan, the kind that gets memed on the internet. On our second date, she casually mentioned how she could never date someone who didn't share her values. In a panic, my brain decided the best response was to say, "Oh yeah, I'm vegan too." 1 month later, she invites me to her family's house for dinner. I'm sweating bullets because I know this charade is about to be put to the ultimate test. But I can't back out now without looking suspicious. So I put on my best, I totally know what tofu is face, and go. Her family is so nice, like aggressively nice. Her mom made an elaborate vegan feast, and I, being the idiot I am, decided the best way to blend in is to eat a lot. I'm talking seconds and third helpings of everything just to prove how much I love vegan food. Here's the problem. My carnivorous stomach is not equipped to handle that much fiber, soy, and lentils. About 20 minutes after dinner, my stomach starts making noises that sounded straight out of a cheap 70s horror movie. Her dad notices and asks if I'm okay. I try to laugh it off, but at this point I'm sweating profusely and gripping the chair for dear life. Then it hits me. I have approximately 30 seconds to find a bathroom or the situationship is over before it starts. I excuse myself and sprint to the bathroom, but I can't find it. I swear on God, looks like when you're vegan, you can afford mansions, but I find it in the last moment and I paint her toilet brown like a Pollock painting. Eventually, I emerge from the bathroom, visibly pale and shaken. Everyone is staring at me, and her little brother goes, "Dude, are you dying?" The final nail in the coffin comes when her mom asks, "So how long have you been vegan?" And without thinking, I blurt out, "Oh, just a couple weeks." She narrows her eyes and says, "Really? Because my daughter says you've been dating for a month now." I'm caught. Everyone knows it. Her dad looks like he's trying to not laugh. Her mom looks deeply disappointed. And the girl I was dating, she just shakes her head and says, "Why would you lie about something so stupid?" I mumbled something about wanting to impress her, but it didn't matter. The damage was done. I drove home in silence. I haven't heard from her ever since. TLDR, pretended to be vegan to impress a girl, ate way too much at her family's dinner, nuked the toilet, and got caught. Now I'm single and traumatized by tofu.
Buddy, no. You just
Even
needed
I know
to
better
eat
than that.
one helping. You just needed to. One would have been fine, and you would have been in the clear. But also, don't lie about something like that. Like, if you're willing to change for somebody, tell them that you're willing to change and go from like eating meat to eating vegan and everything. Because that would have been a much more, in my opinion,
Absolutely.
like that would have been a much more genuine kind of. I think genuine. So I can't think of the right word or phrasing for it.
Genuine's the right word.
Yeah, that would have been much more of like a genuine action, and like showing her, hey, I actually care about you and want to want to see this maybe progress into something. Don't just sit there and, oh yeah, I've been vegan like all my life like you.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the thing is too, when she was talking about like, I want someone who shares my values, I don't think she was referring to veganism. Now, granted, she might have been, which could have opened that conversation of, would you be willing to convert for me? Which is a process. But I have a feeling that when she said values, she meant commitment. She meant communication values. Maybe it was a religion thing. Maybe it was family values. I think that's what she was talking about, and not just being a vegan.
Yeah. Because the fact that she said, why would you lie about something so stupid, leads me to believe that she wouldn't, if she genuinely likes him, she would understand, hey, you haven't really been a vegan at all before. If you're willing to convert, cool. If not, well, then that leads into that conversation of whether or not they want try to progress, and if she's okay with him not being a vegan and stuff. Because it could be something like, I think I've heard about like some couples and stuff. One person is vegan, but their partner is still a meat eater, and they're perfectly fine with each other because the vegan person is either A, like that more and like the health benefits of it, or B, maybe it's for medical reasons. Maybe it's the only things that they can eat and everything and stuff like that.
Well, that's like take me and Rosie. I'm a gluten-free diet. He is not. I medically can't have gluten. But that doesn't mean I'm like, hey, babe, you have to also eat everything that tastes like cardboard because I can't have it. So, like,
Yeah.
That's fine. We just get separate things. If I'm making myself gluten-free nuggets, he gets the regular ones. And it's easy that way.
Like,
Yeah.
so my brother and his wife's vegan, he's not. He does, like, do alternatives, but at the same time, if there is a meal that they both enjoy that is vegan, they'll eat it. But if there are some meals that he's just like, I don't want to eat this because it is vegan or because of how it tastes, she will make him an alternative
Exactly. Like,
that he
compromise.
likes.
People are capable of compromise. I swear, every one of these that we get comes down to the simple no communication about things and no fucking
They jump the gun
compromise
so
on one or
fast.
the other person's. Honestly.
And
just
also,
talk
I just want to say, I feel so sorry for your stomach. I feel so sorry for that toilet, and I really hope they didn't have to disinfect everything after. I really hope there was no, like, splatter, for lack of better term. But next time, if you see something
there was.
that you know, like, there's no, like, everybody knows what fiber is. Everybody knows what fiber does. If you see a buffet of nothing but things that lag spiked, I'm okay. But if you see a buffet,
Okay.
if you see a buffet stuffed with nothing but things that are gonna make you shit later, would you not give yourself restraint? No matter who you're trying to impress, you can simply just, like, eat one serving and be like, oh my god, that was a really good meal. Thank you so much. That's just as respectful. You went to an extreme end of, like, 3 plates. 4 plates? Let's keep going. Let's eat until I'm sick. So not only did you upset your stomach by overeating, you basically just ate an entire plate of laxatives. What did you think was going to happen?
Honestly.
All in all, people are idiots. Don't try to do something if you know it's gonna fuck you up just to impress someone. Unless, like, you know, it doesn't, it give you any bodily harm.
I think it's also the
I
only
know
thing.
damn well
chair.
Your asshole is shredded.
The only thing I have learned from all of these stories
asshole.
is stop doing weird or stupid things to impress people. Don't be racist.
Honestly.
Don't lie about being a vegan. Don't be weird. Take rejection well. That's the only thing I've learned.
Don't stalk somebody after you were
People are dumb.
a jealous,
People are stupid.
racist pick-me about things.
Be yourself. Don't do that type shit. Anyways, good night.
And with that, y'all, that is going to be the last story of tonight. So as a quick piece to not only to YouTube, but to Twitch as well, if you're over on Twitch, I do have a Linktree linked. The Discord is there. All of the socials are there. We do TikTok. We do Instagram. We do shit. All right. We try to stay active. There is some new things coming, and I do want to shout out Alexia for that, and you will see it soon, and I'm very excited to show you guys. And then over
Alexia, I'm going to smooch you.
We love you, Alexia. Honestly.
I'm gonna smooch you.
And then over on the YouTube side, if y'all are seeing this by the time it is uploaded, Mondays. Hello, we record on the weekends, we upload Mondays, so I can edit Sunday. That's the way my brain functions. The links are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They're all there. Not only the Linktree, not only the Discord. I also have everything for Squishy social medias as well. If we ever have guests and you can't find their links, look in the YouTube. They're all there. But we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.